Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Today, we are back with another movie vlog. So, it's been a hot minute since I've done a vlog. I think the last one was probably the Gran Turismo vlog. And that was definitely the last vlog. And it was also on the old phone. This is a new, I don't know how many frames this is going for. But, yeah, this is on a new phone. We're recording on a new phone. It's crazy. It's wild, dude. So, yeah, I don't do movie vlogs that often. I think Gran Turismo was kind of the first one I wanted to start with because I really did want to see the movie. It was a PlayStation Productions movie, or PlayStation Studios movie or whatever. But basically, I wanted to see it because I thought PlayStation doesn't do a lot of movies, and when they do, they're usually really good. So I went and saw it. Best PlayStation Productions movie I've seen. But today, we're seeing a different movie. This time around, we're gonna be seeing freaking dude. We're gonna be seeing Madame Web today. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this movie and what I've heard. I don't know a whole lot about it. Okay. I don't even think I saw the trailer. I've seen screenshots of the movie, like teaser screenshots from the trailer, type of deal. But I've heard this movie is really bad, and honestly, I'm not shocked. So Sony's done a lot of different movies, and I think if we're going back to most recently, let's talk Venom, because Venom is Venom for me, and I've said this probably before on stream, I hate the Venom movies. I think Venom in, the original Spider-Man movie, banger. They portrayed him really, really well. Venom in Spider-Man 2, the video game, I'm talking the video game. So Venom in the Spider-Man movies, really good portrayal of Venom. And then in Spider-Man 2, the game, probably the best portrayal of Venom I've seen personally, because they don't let Venom talk at all. I don't think he talks for himself. He's like a separate entity from anything else. But Venom really starts to take over when they kind of fully portray him. But my point is, the Venom movies that Sony has done are garbage. They're really garbage, and maybe not garbage to some people. I think the CGI is cool, whatever you want to call it. The way they did the movie, I thought was really good. I think the violence and everything in it, great. What I don't like about the Venom movies, and what turns it off for me, is the humor and the fact that Venom talks like he's his own self, which makes the actual actor of the character seem like a joke. So personally, that's my issue with Venom. I don't like that it's a comedy. I kind of hate that. It feels like it's a comedy, and that's Spider-Man's trope. That's not Venom's trope. Venom as a character is not funny. That's what pisses me off about the movie itself. Even Venom 2. Venom 2 was a little bit more violent and extreme than Venom 1 was, right? But there was still that comedy in there. I hated it, and it made me not like the movie. Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, I thought that was great. And funny enough, in Spider-Man 2, the game, they teased Carnage, which I was really excited about. But, dude, the game does it better than Sony does. It's funny because, Spider-Man 2 is a PlayStation game. So, in saying that, Venom 2, or Sony making the Venom movies, they should know what they're doing, but they don't, because they didn't write the story for Spider-Man 2. Insomniac did. So, it's you could probably, see where my problem is. It's Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man is a funny character. His trope is being funny and hilarious. That's the whole thing, man. And my issue with the Venom movies is just it being a comedy. And it's just not for me. I know, so we'll talk about this too, but let's get back to Madame Web, because I'm going off on a tangent here. By the way, I did forget to mention, I did drive over here, yes, and I was listening to, I don't know if you guys know this artist, Ren. It's dirty, I'm gonna clean it here, don't worry about it, but Ren, I was listening to Ren on the way here. I'm listening to his album, because I got the CD few days ago, I believe. But anyway, back to my tangent on Madame Web here. So Madame Web, I know nothing about the movie. I know nothing about it. The only thing I do know is I've heard it's bad, which I'm not shocked, right? I'm not shocked in the slightest. My problem, if it's not what I imagine going into it, if they're not showing off, if they don't reveal like Gwen Stacy as a Spider-Woman, if they don't introduce Gwen Stacy to the story, that's where this movie is going to be lost for me, because there's like very few like Spider-Man or Spider-Woman superheroes. Like Gwen Stacy's the only one I know of. At the end of Spider-Man 2, spoilers by the way, there was like a end credit scene where they reveal a new spider character, like a female one, and to me that's like, I've never heard of anyone other than Gwen Stacy. I know that in the Into the Spider-Verse movies, they've revealed more. I know in the latest one, which is, I think is it Across Spider-Verse, I think? Yeah. I think that's what it's called. They reveal there's more than just Gwen Stacy, which I had no idea. I feel like that's, you'd only know there was more Spider people if you read the comics, and I did not read the comics, so there's my problem. But yeah, so, you know, that's my bad. I didn't read the comics, but I only knew of Gwen Stacy, and the only reason I knew about Gwen Stacy, I don't think it was Into the Spider-Verse that did it for me, where I found out about her. I think it was, it was probably The Amazing Spider-Man where I found out that there was actually, it wasn't Amazing Spider-Man. I knew Gwen Stacy existed, but I think it was the animated TV show where I found out about Gwen Stacy. I don't know. I knew about Miles, so I probably knew about Gwen Stacy from that, but it's such a blur because the Ultimate Spider-Man TV show, that was so long ago, and there's so much poured in from the comics to that show, I believe. So it's a really cool show, by the way. If you guys haven't seen that Ultimate Spider-Man, it was on Disney XD, I think. That's where I watched it. But basically the whole point of the show was Spider-Man was working with S.H.I.E.L.D. and he was leading his own team. It was like a mixture of characters like Luke Cage, Nova, and then a couple others. But the whole thing is, like, that's where I know all of my Spider-Man lore is from that show. So yeah, it is kind of my bad. I didn't read the comics, so I didn't know there were other Spider characters other than Gwen Stacy in that regard. But that if I don't see Gwen Stacy in this movie, it's going to be garbage for me because I don't know what's going on. So I don't know what to expect out of this movie. It's probably not about Gwen Stacy. It's probably about some other character that I know nothing about. This movie is going to be wild for me, man, because I feel like I'm going to go into it hating it. I'm going to go in optimistic, I think is what we're going to do. Because, listen, I'm going to probably, because there's only so many, like, Sony, let's start from Venom. There's only so many Sony-made movies that I consider bad. You know, like, so we go Venom 1, Venom 2, and then Morbius. Morbius, I know everyone hates Morbius. I know that. I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't mind Morbius. I didn't hate it, I didn't love it. It was mid, I think. But, like, to hate on it, I don't know. Like, I know Morbius, for some reason, when I was looking up, like, what Morbius was supposed to be like, he's just supposed to be, like, this comedic character. But, like, there's the problem, man. Like, you can't make him like I feel like if you make him like Spider-Man, I think people would have gotten upset. I don't know. I didn't mind the movie. I didn't. But now going into, like, the future after Madame Web, so there's a couple other Marvel movies that are coming out this year. Not Marvel, Sony, sorry. But Deadpool 3, I think, is coming out soon this year. So that I'll be watching that. That's going to be good no matter what. That's not going to be bad. I know that's not going to be bad. But, the only other Sony movies in regards to Marvel that are coming out this year, or in regards to Spider-Man, I guess, are Kraven, which, here's the thing with Kraven, man. If they screw that up, if that is botched, we're done. Like, there is no coming back from that movie being garbage. You know, there's no way they can come back from that. Like, I don't know, man. I think if they botch that one, it's over. Like, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to build the Spider-Verse a little bit more. And I get that because of No Way Home. But the thing is, and I said this before in, like, what the next Spider-Man movie should be, they need to introduce Miles as a live-action character. I've said it before. They need to, like, either the guy from Stranger Things or Jaden Smith could play Miles. If you know about the guy from Stranger Things I'm talking about, his name is Lucas, I think, in the show. I don't know his actual actor name. But those two, either one of them could play Miles, because Jaden Smith actually did a song for Miles Morales, the game, and it's a banger of a song, by the way, but also he could just play him. Like, that's the thing. So either one of them could play Miles, just in my opinion, and that's where the next Spider-Man movie needs to go. It needs to be about Miles and possibly Gwen Stacy. I think that could be perfect. Like, I would still keep, like, Tom Holland in the series, but, like, have him mentor Miles. Go for the Insomniac route, man. Like, if you don't, I'm so worried about Spider-Man right now, man. Like, No Way Home was so good, and now we're kind of, like, we're teeter-tottering off. We're donezo, you know? We're kind of, like, we're trailing off the high ground that we were on with No Way Home, and we're just kind of going down a cliff, which, it sucks, man. I really want to see, I want to see the Spider-Man movies do really well. And I mean, Beyond the Spider-Verse, I think it'll be really good no matter what, because that series of Spider-Man movies is good. But where they go from here, man, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous with what they do with Spider-Man next, because it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. And going beyond Kraven, like, obviously if they screw that up, they're done. Venom 3. Now, just without a shadow of a doubt, I know I am going to hate the movie. I have a feeling if they're going to keep that stupid comedy shtick or whatever it is with Venom, that's where the movie falls off for me. So already doing that, like, you're gonna turn me off from the movie. It's just how it is, man. And there's no fixing that. The only way you fix that is if you remove that comedy element from the Venom movies and you make it a serious movie. I'd be shocked if they did a complete 180 and just, like, you know, we're going to be serious now. We're not kidding around anymore. That would be great. But yeah, man, for this movie, we're optimistic. Don't know what I'm going to expect going into it. I'm not going to go into it hating it. We'll just be optimistic, because despite what people say, it could be decent. Like, I could just go into it like Morbius and not know what to expect. I mean, that's kind of the case here. But, man, Sony, it's hit or miss now, you know? Like, I love Sony's movies, most of them, I think. I mean, Gran Turismo was good, but that was different. That was PlayStation Productions. This is Sony. I think that's the difference, is, like, if PlayStation Productions isn't making the movie, then it could be garbage. But, dude, I see a clear path for where Spider-Man goes, but clearly Sony sees another path. We're not lining up here. I don't know what to think, man. But that's what we're doing today. We're going to see Madam Web. Obviously, I can't take you guys into the movie theater with me. If I could, I would, but I'd probably, well, no, I'd definitely get thrown in jail for recording a movie. So we can't do that. But I will, you know, this is how we do these movie vlogs, man. I give you my introduction to everything, and then I come back after the movie's done, and we talk about it. We talk about the things that are going on. We talk about the movie in depth, even. So, yeah, and I'll probably, well, I don't know if I'll do spoilers. I don't know if I did spoilers for Gran Turismo. I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Well, maybe I did. Who knows? But I'll think about if I want to talk about spoilers or not when I'm done with the movie, but we're going to go in and see it in a bit. But yeah, I will see you guys when the movie is said and done. All right, bye. Bro, where do I begin with this movie? Like, you can already tell my thoughts on it, man. Where do I begin, bro? Oh, brother, that was god-awful. That was worse than Morbius. I'll put that out there into the world. Huh? You like that? Dude, we're gonna keep things nice and clean here, but that movie was worse than Morbius. I didn't think Sony could make a... Dude, I don't... You know what my thing is? Sony... I feel like there's no direction with their version of the Spider-Man movies. Like, dude, I'm telling you, like, Spider-Man with Tom Holland, I swear Marvel did all that work. Sony didn't do anything with those movies, dude. Like, they did nothing, man. I feel like those movies are more enjoyable because it's done by Marvel. That's the only reason they're good. I don't know. I don't think Sony knows what they're doing anymore, man. It's like, you know, you watch all their movies like Venom, Morbius, God, have they done anything else? Like, I guess, like, if you want to, you know, the Amazing Spider-Man or the original Spider-Man movies, like, those ones I think they did good with. But when it comes to Venom, Morbius, Madam Web, dude, it's just so bad. I don't know what Sony's doing. I think they got Kraven next. They got Venom 3. I don't know if I'm going to see it. I have to, I think. I'm committed. I'm committed to the bit at this point, dude. Like, I think I have to go and see these movies because I don't know how good they're going to be. Right? But Madam Web was worse than Morbius, dude. I will say that. Like, dude, with Morbius, like, you know, vampires. Yay. Vampire, like, anti-hero, I guess. He's more of a villain, at least portrayed in the movie, but, like, dude, like, you knew what you were getting into with Morbius, right? But I don't know, man. with Madam Web, I was expecting maybe Gwen Stacy, and there was a character, one of the main characters in that movie, that actually kind of could have been Gwen Stacy, but it wasn't. Yeah, this movie was trash. It was really bad. Like, dude, I went from, like, I was skeptical at the, like, throughout until the middle, and then I started disliking it because I wasn't attached to any character. Nothing grabbed me while I was watching this movie. Like, I don't know, man. Even the villain of the movie, I was so confused. He was just some guy wearing, like, a mock of a Peter Parker suit, you know? I didn't understand the villain at all. I didn't. And even, like, Madam Web herself, like, dude, what a film, bro. Like, I went from, like, being skeptical to disliking it. I think I hate the movie. It ruined what makes Spider-Man good. It's so, like, disconnected from whatever Marvel was doing. It's so disconnected. The movies have there's no direction to them, man. There's no storyline being built with these, like, Spider-Man related movies that Sony's making, dude. Like, you look at Venom, even like Venom 2. Go to Venom 2, and you see they're trying to do something with a connection. They're trying to be like, yeah, Venom's coming to Tom Holland's universe. But that's not the case, man. It's not. It ain't, brother. It's just so bad. There's no connection. Then they send him back to his own universe, and then, like, I guess a piece of Venom was left in Tom Holland's universe, but still. Then you go to Morbius. I don't know what they're doing there. They're, like, they're connecting to some villain that Tom Holland, Peter Parker's already fought. And then, like, this movie just, I don't know what happened. Dude, I don't like these, like, disconnected movies. I hate it. Because the whole thing with the Spider-Verse, if we're trying to bring this to live action, we need to be doing it right. We're not doing it right. Like, dude, I don't know. I feel like by the time when Kraven comes out, because that's Kraven's origin story, that's going to be a big one. They need to nail that. Even if they're not trying to connect any dots. And there wasn't even an end credit scene from Madam Web, by the way. But moving on. With Kraven, even if they don't connect any dots to match, like, to kind of connect to the Tom Holland universe, when Venom 3 comes up, that's where we're going to need to start paying attention. Dude, I'm I'm freaking nervous, man. Like, Jesus Christ, what is going on with these movies? It was so bad. Like, I guess it was true. It's a really bad movie. Like, dude, I don't know what to say. There was one spider chick, I don't remember her name. I think it's like this, I don't know. I think it's Maddie Franklin. I was trying to remember the names for my notes, but she is, I believe, in Across the Spider-Verse. She's like the first character we meet when it intros the movie a little bit with Gwen Stacy. But that movie was so bad, dude. That Madam Web, 0 out of 10, no points from me, dude. We went from Gran Turismo 10 out of 10 to Madam Web 0 out of 10. Can we get like a 5 with Kraven and maybe like a 7 with Venom? We might not. God. Dude, Marvel and Sony, I feel like, are in the same state right now. Like, if you... I don't know, man. If you kind of look at it from my perspective, they're in the same kind of state. Because Marvel, at this point, they're not releasing any Marvel movies. Deadpool 3, I guess... You can count that as a Marvel movie, but it's a disconnected movie from the universe they're building. It's its own thing, so you can't really count it. That movie's going to be good no matter what. It can't be bad. Deadpool cannot be bad. There is no making Deadpool bad. There just isn't. But the big thing is like Marvel and Sony are at this disconnect right now where they don't know what's going on with their own projects. Like, because the Marvels, I saw the Marvels, I didn't, obviously I'm not going to review it for you guys, but I will tell you that I didn't like it. It was really bad. The only good thing was the end credit scene. And that's saying something. So, I don't know. I feel like both companies are lost at what they're doing with their movies right now, and that's going to show. Dude, you remember, if you guys saw the video, I made an opinion basically saying video games are not allowed to be bad anymore. Like, dude, there's no excuse anymore for them being bad. That's my big issue right now, is video games being bad, they can't be bad anymore, man. And I feel the same way with these movies. The ones I actually like to see, it's like, Madam Web, I feel like shouldn't have been bad. They could have done something really cool to connect the universes, but it was so disconnected, and it just didn't do anything for me. But Marvel and Sony need to get their garbage together. Like, I don't know, man. But the thing is, this wasn't a PlayStation production movie or anything, so I wasn't expecting anything like Gran Turismo going into this. I was just expecting, I don't know, like something, maybe like, it's hard to explain. I was expecting a movie where I could connect to all of the characters, like Madam Web has her webs, whoa. Like, I was expecting a movie where I could connect to all the characters, because that's why I love Spider-Man. I know the characters really well. I knew none of the characters going into this movie. 0 of them. Like, I'm not even kidding with you guys. Like, I don't know who Madam Web is. Apparently she tells time. Cool. Neat. It was such... Dude, I gotta say, Madam Web's superpowers are the lamest I've ever seen in the Spider-Verse. Like, I'll tell you what, dude. Spider-Ham tops Madam Web any day of the week. That pig, he does the job. Hell, Spider-Noir is more interesting than Madam Web. Her powers are so boring, dude. Like, I can control time with the power of my mind. Whoa! Who cares? I didn't. I was watching her powers. I'm like, this is not the Spider movie that I signed up for. This is not the Spider-Man I know. And, like, even, like, the other 3 main characters who are supposed to be Spider people in the future, they're not in that movie, and it makes it boring. It's just like they're running for their lives. Like, whoa! And then, the Spider villain, dude, what a terrible villain. Like I said, he was just wearing a mock suit of Peter Parker's suit, and it was awful. It was almost like he was wearing the Venom suit from Spider-Man 3, but it had like a red outline instead of like a white outline or whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, this was garbage. I'm not. Do I regret seeing the movie a little bit? But like, I'm glad I saw it, so I know what to expect for Kraven and Venom 3, because we're probably going to get the same kind of quality. Like, if there's no, I don't know what Sony's doing with these movies. If there's no connection to Tom Holland's universe, it's going to be a little bit of hit or miss for me. I don't even know what they could do with Venom 3. Are they going to call in all the symbiotes and they're going to have a Avengers Endgame? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing, man? Oh, dude, it's so bad. It was so bad. I didn't enjoy myself watching the movie either. I feel like I wasted 3 hours is what happened. It wasn't a 3-hour movie, but I mean, it's almost, I think it's 4. So it's like, I felt like I wasted my time, but I don't know, man. It's raining. That's how you know the movie was bad. It's pouring rain out. It's, oh, brother. What are we going to do? I feel like if these are the standards for movies now, oh my God, there's no excuse, man. These can't be bad. Why? Like, I don't want to have the same situation with Halo where I kind of lose interest in something. Because, like, I feel like that's where we're going with Spider-Man. If these movies continuously are bad, and there's no sign of, like, a Miles arc or a Gwen Stacy arc in the series, we're doomed. We're doomed, I tell you. Doomed! We're gonna die! It's gonna be awful, dude. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. The only hope for Spider-Man I have currently is what Insomniac is doing with it. I mean, dude, Spider-Man 2 is great. I don't know if there's a DLC planned. I kind of hope. But I'm also, hopeful that Spider-Man 3 will be good. We'll see. There's a chance it won't be. There's a chance it will be. I'm hoping for good. That's all we can hope for right now. Spider-Man's in peril, dude. It's like Halo. We're living on the edge right now. But yeah, that's going to be the movie vlog for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, yeah, it was really bad. Oh, no. I guess the next movie vlog we'll be doing will probably be in August, because that's when Kraven comes out. Venom 3 comes out in November, I believe, unless the dates are getting pushed back for both of those movies, which, at this point, after seeing this, they should push the dates back. Just, like, push it to 2025 or 26. Get the movies right. But I feel like they're going to be bad no matter what, dude. Oh, brother. Anyway, that's going to be the video for today, but thank you guys for watching. If you did, as always, I appreciate it, son, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh, by the way, before we end this video, one note I wanted to throw in here, just so you guys know this was a bad movie. I was the only one in that movie theater. Like, I'm not talking the whole building. I was the only one in the room of seeing Madam Web. I was the only person there. That's how bad the movie was. I just needed to nail home that point. I was the only one in the theater seeing that movie. I was sitting alone, middle of the whole seating. There was no one there. That's how you know this movie was bad. Like, that's how you know, dude. Like, I'm seeing, it could be because I'm seeing this on a Wednesday, but this is my day off from work, so, like, that's how you know this movie was bad. Just thought I'd nail home that point. I was the only one in the movie theater. Okay, bye.